This is First Peter chapter 4, verse 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. But rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of Hamashiach's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. I like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and salutation unto the hopeful elect, the 1/3 of Yasha Allah, upholding the laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability. Peace and salutation. So, the precept in itself is straight to the point. As Hamashiach Yahushua suffered, okay, in his suffering, and we, for the most part, are the only camp that glorifies Yahweh Shemi Yahushua, specifically Yahushua's name, okay, the proper name of Yahushua, okay, and the proper name of Yahweh, okay. We are the only ones that are receiving that suffering. Okay, and when I say we, I'm talking about the apostles and the elders and brothers and bishops of Great Millstone. Okay, and all of those that are also affiliated. Okay, we are the only ones that are really suffering. Everyone else is living it up in Babylon. But the reason why I want to go into this verse, it says, "But rejoice in as much as ye are partakers of Hamashiach's sufferings, that when the glory shall be revealed, which Lord will, we are nigh." Okay. It says, "Ye may be glad also with exceeding joy," because with those sufferings also comes salvation. Okay. And so, but that's only for the names of Yahweh Yahushai. There's not going to be sufferings under Christ in a 501c3. There's not going to be sufferings under Caesar Borgia. Okay. There's only going to be sufferings under the names of Yahweh Yahushai. All right. And matter of fact, let's read verse 14 because it goes into that point. It says, "If ye be reproached for the name of Hamashiach, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of Yahweh rested upon you. On their part, he is evil spoken of, but on your part, he is glorified." Okay. And let's just read down. It says, "But let none of you suffer as a murderer or as a thief or as an evildoer or as a busybody in other men's matters. Yet if any man suffer as a Christian, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify Yahweh on this behalf." And so point being here is, even nowadays, people glorify the term being a Christian as something that's being, something that's looked in high regard, when the word Christian in itself is a derogatory slang, okay, in which the Greeks and the Romans really used to persecute the followers of Hamashiach Yahushua. That was, in essence, a form of the suffering, the persecutions, right? Being labeled, as a Christian. Nowadays people are glorifying it when in times past you were killed for being a Christian. You were killed for being a follower of the Messiah. Okay. But these sufferings that I want to go into are the same sufferings, okay, in which all of the prophets before us have gone through, and they suffered patiently, and they suffered perfectly, and they suffered for righteousness. Okay. And all of that suffering led to salvation. Okay. So let's grab this. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 12. It says, "If we suffer, we shall also reign with him. If we deny him, he also will deny us." So it goes hand in hand. If you don't preach the names and speak the names and call on the names of Yahweh Yahushai, then you're not going to be reproached. You're going to be a part of the world. But when we speak those names, we're constantly reproached for those names because we are the followers of Hamashiach Yahushua. Okay? Not the term Christian that was put on the followers of the Messiah. Okay? Let's grab this in Romans chapter 8 and verse 16. It says, the Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh. And if children, then heirs, heirs of Yahweh, and joint heirs with Hamashiach. If so be that we suffer with him, because that persecution is because we are of Yahweh Yahushua. Okay? We are those men that he prayed for. Okay? It says, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. Okay? So yeah, there's salvation in suffering. It says, really, that was a point, but I'll read on. It says, for the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of Yahweh. See, going to show you that it's only a specific group of people, the sons of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, that are going to suffer and that are the ones that are glorifying those names, right? You read in the book of Acts, it talks about, have we straightly told you not to preach those names? And what happened with the apostles, the disciples, right? That are in the book of Acts. Well, they suffered persecution. Some died, some were martyrs, put in prison, right? But all of that was for what? Verse 17. And if children, then heirs, heirs of Yahweh, and joint heirs with Hamashiach, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. Because, Lord will, we are those men, the hopefully elect, to be delivered. That suffering will be a thing of the past. Compared to the glory, compared to everlasting salvation, you know, this suffering is going to be as if it were just, a moment. Okay? Let's bring this out. This is James chapter 5 and verse 10. It says, take my brethren, the prophets who have spoken in the name of the Lord, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. Okay? So once again, those are the sons of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay? The brethren, okay? Meaning you are within the nation of Israel. Number one, because in order to be sons of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you have to come through that lineage. Okay? It says the prophets, okay, who are also Israelites, okay, pursuing the Romans, the 9th chapter, right? Who have spoken in the name of the Lord for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. Because all of this suffering, all of this affliction, all of this patience that we're going through right now, it's going to be worth it. Okay? All the persecution, it's going to be worth it. All right? Let's move on to 2nd Ezra chapter 7 to the left, verse 18. It says, nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things and hope for wide. Why are we hoping for wide things? Because those wide things are going to be the kingdom. Okay? It says, for they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things and yet shall not see the wide. Okay? And That's the beauty of these scriptures, man. They give us the indications of suffering now instead of suffering later. You suffer now, Lord will, you will have salvation later. Okay? Whereas if you don't suffer now, then you're going to suffer later and not receive salvation. Okay? I'm just reading a little bit. Yeah. That's all I want to grab on that. This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 25. It says, "My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from Yahweh. For thine enemy hath persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction and shall tread upon his neck." So there is a hope that we have in suffering. Okay? We're suffering patiently. We're suffering perfectly because it's through weakness. Matter of fact, let me see if I can grab that. It says, "My in weakness, I was made perfect in weakness." Salakia. Khan. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9. "And he said unto me, My grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness." And what is a form of weakness? Suffering. Okay? "Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Hamashiach may rest upon me." And that's what happens when we suffer. That's what happens when we're going through persecutions. Okay? And we're being tested and tried. Okay? The glory of Yahweh Shemi Shai is resting on us. Because we have nothing else to rely on. Okay? We're not suffering as an evildoer. We're suffering for righteousness. Okay? So it says back in Baruch, "My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from Yahweh, for thine enemy hath persecuted thee." So Yahweh Shemi sees all these things. "But shortly thou shalt see his destruction," which we are in that year. Okay, Lord will, this being the year of Jacob's deliverance and the year of Esau's destruction. Okay, it says, "and shall tread upon his neck." Okay, it's that those times are not, in a far distance. Okay, prophecy is popping off the pages, man. Okay, last verse here. This is Hebrews chapter 2, and just to prove that, yeah, we're suffering for Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, right? But he also suffered for us. Okay? This is Hebrews 2, and I'm going to start at verse 9. It says, "But we see Yahweh Shai, who was made a little lower than the angels for the suffering of death, crowned with glory and honor, that he, by the grace of Yahweh, should taste death for every man of the children of Israel," specifically the elect. Okay? It says, "For it became him for whom are all things, and by whom are all things, in bringing many sons unto glory, to make the captain of their salvation perfect through sufferings." to make the captain of their salvation, the hopeful elect, perfect through sufferings. What did we just read here in, let's see if we can bring it back up. 2 Corinthians 12 and 9. And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Back in Hebrews. Two and 10. To make the captain of their salvation perfect through sufferings. Yahushua suffered. We are going to suffer. But for what reason? Let's jump down to verse 18. It says, for in that he himself hath suffered, being tempted, he is able to succor them that are tempted. Let's grab this word here, succor.
Strong's G 997 by Atheo. By Atheo.
It says to help, succor, bring aid. Okay? To aid, to relieve. And that's what happens, man. Yahushua's suffering and him leaving the comforter provides us aid or succor, okay, to move forward. Succor.
Succor.
Or succor. Assistance and support in times of hardship and distress. Call Allah Yahweh Shimi Yahushai. Call Allah Yahweh Shimi Yahushai. Call Allah Yahweh Shimi Yahushai. When we're suffering, we're being made perfect. In any trial, in any situation, as long as you are preaching the names of Yahweh Yahushai. Because you're not going to be made perfect in suffering for any other name. So, just wanted to go through that in the spirit, Lord will. It was edifying. And until the next time, Shalom.